Hello, I'm here to introduce the newest camera from Sony. It's the NEX Alpha 7. It's a 24 megapixel camera, and as you can see, here's the kit lens with the hood on. Now, the camera has a very nice grip to it. It's a little bit small for big hands, but you could fit almost all your fingers on it if you compress it a little bit long. Not that comfortable when you have big hands, but pretty good. Now, the camera has a tilting screen at the back. Let's turn that on so you can see what's going on the outside. As you can see, there's the outside scene. Pretty fast in updating with balance. Now, the screen in the back tilts like so you can shoot overhead and still see what you're shooting. It also flips up to around 90 degrees if you push it backwards like that, so it's like 90 degrees. And if you pull it back out, it'll give you like 85 degrees perpendicular. Now, this is very similar to the way that the old Sony cameras had their tilting lenses, LCDs. Now, it's pretty useful, but if you want more versatility on the screen, you might want to go to the A77. It has more angles that you can do. Now, you can also see in the back the electronic viewfinder. Now, if we can just get close enough, you should be able to see how fast it refreshes. Since I'm not using a macro lens, you won't be able to see much on the EVF, but this is how fast it refreshes. There's still a slight delay. Now, the Tri-Navi key is very useful. It's similar to the old, well, not really old, but the DSLRs from Sony. Has a front and back, knobs. And if you go on manual, you can see here, you can change the shutter speed with the left, like the front dial, and you can also change the aperture with the right, which is basically the back dial. And if you need to change the ISO, you just rotate this navigation key. Oops. Yes, I know you can't do that. In any case, now, as far as I noticed here, if you use the auto feature for ISO. You can only go from anywhere in between 100 to 1600. Can't go anything higher than that. And the ISO has a maximum of, I know, there you go, 16,000, which is pretty high and still relatively clean. I'll have more of that later in my review. It has the auto manual switch, so you can change it on the fly. Let's put in more information here. There you go. You can put it on manual and automatic. You can switch that from AM automatic and manual to AEL with the switch. And the video button is here, a little bit out of place, but still there are times wherein I can accidentally hit it instead of taking a picture. It's the placement of the hands. So sometimes you get to press this if you're not careful. You can change. Let's go back to my favorite, aperture. And from there you can change the exposure if you press down. These are the default settings. Front, so you can change the shooting modes, and this basically changes the way that your live view works. More details, no details except bare essentials. The leveling tool, and histogram mode, and back to the same view. The menu is pretty deep. Shooting modes, camera settings, image size, and setup and stuff. Most of these things I'll be discussing on the review, so sit back and relax, and hopefully I'll finish it before the weekends. Thank you.